Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching The Expanse. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 7 of season 5 of The Expanse. The last one was, there was a lot that was going on, and it felt like it was building to something bigger. The biggest thing really was having Drummer and Marco in the same room at the same time, kind of in a pissing match. I thoroughly enjoyed Drummer, not just like being like, oh, it's Marco, or being afraid of him whatsoever. She's kind of sarcastic to him, slightly passive aggressive. I like it. He doesn't just like feed his bullshit. She calls him on it. It's lovely. It's very lovely. I was told that she was actually pregnant during those scenes, and that just makes me laugh because someone said that like her belly kept bumping Keon. He's trying to be intimidating, and she was just like, boing. I love it because now, like, when I see them together, that's what I'm going to think about. But I do like that we got like two different scenes. We got Drummer that, like, you know, she's face to face with Marco after having him space Ashford, and there's a split second where she says the song he was singing when you spaced him was a song that he sang to his daughter. And she went into like reasons why. And you could kind of see it on his face, like, how did she know about that? I think he was a little shocked that there was a recording that he had got a little bit, even by Ashford, before Ashford died. I think it's delicious. And those little moments, like, she knew what she was doing when she said it. Like, she knew he probably didn't know he was being recorded. So she's kind of putting it out there that, like, she knows things that he thinks other people don't know. And I definitely liked the second time when she went back in, because everyone on her ship kind of agreed after a little bit of a debate that they don't really have much of a choice but to join Marco. And the problem with forcing people to join you and then not giving them protection and possibly, you know, having them killed later on, it means that like people are going to join you out of fear, or like trying to avoid repercussions. It's not out of loyalty. So those people could easily just be like, sure, we're joining you. Now, is it Carol? I don't want to say Carol, but it's either Carol or Carol. From Marco's ship went over to Drummer's ship. They did kind of a swap, a tribute, if you will. And I think that really that's just to keep an eye on Drummer, to make sure that she's doing what she's told. He's not stupid. If anything, he's proven that he's not dumb. Definitely a narcissist, but not dumb. And a horrible father. Really, really horrible father. But what I do love is that when Drummer is leaving, Marco thinks he's kind of like putting a dig into her by being like, oh, that's a friend of your mother's. And, you know, is like, make sure you tell Naomi. And, you know, at this point, Drummer doesn't know that Naomi is missing. She doesn't know that Naomi isn't with Holden. And it's really great that I don't know if Philip did it on purpose. And I would like to think that he has to be a smart kid, because even though his father is smart and a jerk, he's still smart. And like, we know how smart Naomi is. So like, there is like solid DNA forming that kid's brain. And I don't know if he accidentally or on purpose, but I do feel like he meant to say to Drummer, like, well, I don't need you to tell her anything. Like, oh, wait. My bad. And I don't know if that was a cry for help from Philip. I want to think that. I want to think because he's young and because he's been groomed by his father to be this person, that there's a way to redeem him in the sense of like, you know, he needs to be probably in jail for the rest of his life, or, you know, worked to the bone. You know, he's not going to have ultimate freedom by any means, but I feel like redeeming the character that is inside. I don't know how you do that after killing billions. I want that more for Naomi than I actually do for. I want her to have a son that she's proud of, even though he did all these bad things with his father. I would really like for her to have something good to hold on to. So now I think Drummer is onto the fact that they have Naomi. I don't know how she's going to get a hold of Holden or anybody else to kind of let him know if she's not going to do that at all, if she's going to make it happen, because I feel like Holden is off trying to find the Zemea. Like, he's trying to get that proto-molecule back. And I know he knows that Naomi is with Marco, but I feel like he also trusts that Naomi not necessarily is going to be safe, but like she's going to do what she can to like remain safe, as safe as possible. And if she can't, then it will definitely be. I don't want to say that like it's a good sacrifice, but like him just like letting Naomi do Naomi things, I think is fantastic. But now he's trying to find the Zemea, and he's got Bull in tow, and Monica, which I think is a smart addition if you're trying to solve a mystery. And right now they're trying to solve the mystery of where the Zemea is, where the Zemea is going. How do they get the proto-molecule back, if that's even possible? And how do they like outsmart the robot? That robot was really cool. CG, yes, but still really cool. Now, I really like that Bull isn't happy about Monica being on the Rocinante. Anything that really annoys Bull makes me happy because, like I've said several times, like he's just not a dude that I'd hang out with. And seeing him pestered and annoyed is fun, especially someone like Monica who don't give a shit. She's very tough. She's very fierce, and she's gonna pretty much have her way anyways. So, and it happens. Now, Holden also has a message that he has to listen to from Naomi, and I don't know what that message holds, and I don't know if he's going to listen to it. I feel like it's a goodbye message, and I'm not prepared to lose anybody from the crew. I don't think that will happen, but I feel like them even preparing for something to happen, or an eventual goodbye, or a unfortunate goodbye. I feel like I'm not ready for it. Stephen Straight's gonna act the hell out of that scene if that's what the case is. If that is a goodbye message, like he's so good at portraying those emotions. He's so good at it. I don't like, I always talk about Wes and in being Amos and, of course, Christian and like all these like acting moments and everything, but Stephen Strait has been constant, absolutely constant. And I love that. Now we also have Alex and Bobby that escaped after blowing up a ship that wanted to dock with them. And I did not realize that Bobby had armor with her. Granted, not her armor, because that's what Diogo. May he rest in pieces. But she did have armor with her, and that was a badass scene. But that's all we got was them like escaping, and now they're shooting off somewhere. I don't know where, but I do know that she wanted to communicate with Christian and send her the information about the Barkeith and about the ships that were trading by the asteroid field. Or not, I guess they weren't trading, they were giving them ships. I think that's really important for Christian to know. But Christian is going to help the new Secretary General, who was the former Secretary of Transportation. David seems fantastic. He seems like a super nice guy. I don't know if he's Secretary General oomph. But I'm here for it. Let's see what the new guy's got. He chose Christian for his cabinet, so he's on the right track. He's at least going towards the people that know a fucking thing or two. But Christian was really just shaken. She cannot communicate with Arjun. She doesn't know where he is. Her daughter and grandkids are on their way to Luna, so they're alive. How did the daughter not try to find Arjun? Or maybe he's just don't tell her. Let's surprise her. That's not a good surprise. That's not a good surprise. But seeing her shaken and really emotional and crying and just trying to stabilize herself, you don't normally see her like that. And that just goes to show that Arjun has been her rock this entire time. Not, ooh, I have to be careful about how I use the term rock. But has been what can I say? Her strength. There we go. Has been the person that one, she had always been able to talk to and go to for advice and have those moments. And then after their fight, especially about the election, they haven't been in communication. It's kind of a brat move on Arjun's part, but again, I don't blame him because she's not particularly nice when she's mad. Give her a Snickers or something. or a hug or from Rose. The good kind. We got the good kind this time. But like I'm curious to see how she works with David and his cabinet, because she was very, very respectful. As soon as she found out he was Secretary General, she like extended that respect to him. You know, she didn't try to talk down to him after learning like where he had come from. You saw he was just like, I ran because the guy doing the job sucked, and you know now it's his job, which is exactly how that should go. But like her automatically being that way is she's top notch. She's top notch in every way, shape, or form. Okay, so Amos, Clarissa, still on Earth, headed to Baltimore, which is a mistake. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. That's a mistake. Eric said, if he ever saw you again, he'd have you killed. What makes you think you can trust anybody in Baltimore anymore? Like, I'm sure Eric's like, hey, y'all see Amos again. If Timothy comes walking across the state line, let me know. Let me know. I feel like there is bound to be a confrontation. I feel like it's not going to be easy peasy, because why would it be? So I'm nervous for them. I don't know how long they've spent in the cabin preparing themselves to go to Baltimore, but I would stay there for a hot second. Let Clarissa, do some more puking, get the drugs out, and then he's got a bodyguard. If anything about him going to Baltimore, he's got her and her little clicker. So cool. I don't know what to say. I feel like the past couple of episodes have made me appreciate her character a little bit more. And a lot of people said that, like, even in the books, that like there's the whole journey of the Rocinante and her helping Amos on the ship. That there's like a whole section of like character building and her like expressing like her guilt and everything. And I feel like, I know season 3 was amazing and they had to start new in season 4, but I feel like if they had extended it maybe 5 more episodes and really gave us more of a story and gave us her more in depth, I think I would have felt a little bit differently about her. Because I definitely feel I definitely feel sympathy and empathy towards her. I don't love her as a character, but that's like something that's earned over time. There's a lot of characters that I don't start out loving that much, and then I end up loving, like Ashford. And it wasn't even that I didn't like love Ashford. I was just like, stop screwing with Drummer. Bull. I don't. But when it comes to Clarissa, like I have said several times, open heart, open mind. I'm willing to accept it. I highly doubt she will be my favorite character. But I do think that there will be an appreciation, especially if she continues kind of helping Amos see Amos. When she says that she had the mantra for like repeating that, like, monsters kill people and I'm not a monster because monsters aren't afraid. That's kind of saying that because Amos doesn't feel fear, that he is a monster and he does kill people. He just did it. He just took this guy's, home that he was protecting. And Amos, like, knew what he was doing when he did it. Like, he had every intention of killing that guy. And for him, it's survival. So for him, pragmatic approach, it had to happen. But did it? I mean, the guy was going to kill him. So, well, what do you do at that point? But Amos's way of thinking is very skewed when he doesn't have those people keeping him in line and keeping him morally in check. And I feel like Clarissa can be that person. I feel like her even saying that made him kind of go like, I need to get back to my crew. Like the people that like make me the better me are up there. And I hope like Clarissa is one of those people for him. I think the more people Amos can have around him to help him become a better person every single day and live his life, being a good person, trying to do good things, that's fantastic. Now, is Amos a good person? Debatable. He tries. Does he do good things? Yes. Does he do bad things? Also, yes. So, he still has a long way to go, but I think that there's a redemption in his own mind that he has to have for himself. The same thing as Clarissa, like she is working on trying to forgive herself, and she's working on trying not to have self-loathing, and in like, just she really it's granted, she's not like Philip and Marco, where they've killed billions. But I definitely think she's being a lot harder on herself because she wasn't given the love that she needed growing up, and she was always searching for validation from daddy. And now that, like, Schrodinger's parent, now that he's not really somebody who exists anymore, I think she's better for it. She can find that in other people. And it was really interesting because when she talked about Schrodinger's parent and all that, like I for a split second, I thought of Rin, because I think for her, like, she had a really hard time killing him, and she felt so guilty about it because, like, he was kind of fatherly towards her and he was caring. And I think that, like, that's what she needs in her life, is somebody who is, like, emotionally, like, caring for her instead of putting her down or making her feel secondary, or, making her feel like she's nothing compared to somebody else. And I hope she finds it. I don't think that that's Amos for her, but I do think that, like, she's got a lifelong bestie. Like, if you do right by Amos, like Prax, and you are somebody who is a guiding light, and somebody who, like, leads him the right way, like, he will keep you around for forever. Miss Prax. Miss Prax. Oh, at least you didn't die. Yet. I don't know. Now that Marco is talking about, like, they have somebody on Ganymede, like, helping them with food, and, like, if they don't have soil from the earth, I don't know how they grow things unless there is a world through the ring gates that has fantastic soil that they can, have crops with. Him saying, like the food supply is going to be thin for a while. Dude, don't start a revolution unless you can feed it. I'm just saying. The revolution doesn't matter if everyone's dying of starvation. Anyway, so I'm going to jump into this episode. I'm hoping more drummer. I get so, like I love having Amos. And I loved how much we got of him in the last episode. Previous episode, there wasn't a whole lot, or no, episode 4, there wasn't a whole lot. Episode 5 and 6, great. But then, we're just getting, like, little tastes of drummer. I want a big old mouthful. That sounds weird. But I'm not going to retract it either. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Stop. Stop. Kiddo.
That ship Naomi gave you is a junker. It does nothing to help the fleet. May I use it?
Of course.
Ask him for what? What is he going to do with the ship?
If you've come for an apology, you're wasting your time.
Not at all. I was actually impressed you had the nerve to try and kill me. It's been a long time since it's just been the two of us together.
That doesn't matter anymore now.
I suppose not. I wanted to know why you finally made your way back to Philip after all these years.
I needed him to know that I love him, and that I would do anything for him.
Anything but be in his life.
You took his life from me.
Mm-hmm. Get it twisted.
You're doing to Philip the exact same thing you did to me.
I raised him to be the fighter I thought you were.
He's his own person.
I was there for all the moments his mother should have been there for.
And I felt guilty every day since. But do you know what else I felt every day?
Shame, I would hope.
Relief. Because the pain of losing Philip was not as horrible as having to stay with you.
James Holden must be quite a man to keep a woman like you.
Certainly is.
The only reason you haven't killed me yet is because you're feeling threatened. And if you kill me, Philip will know I got to you. And that I was right all along.
I haven't killed you. Because I didn't want Philip to have his mother abandon him again.
Sure. Oh, so manipulative. I'm very proud of Naomi for sticking up for herself.
What are we gonna do with the protomolecule?
Destroy it.
Duh.
Good.
Well, don't worry. You're gonna get what you always wanted.
Meaning?
You don't think we should destroy it?
Well, I do. That's what I told Fred he should do the moment he got it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Fred once told me that when he died, he wanted his body put in a recycler like any belter would.
Fuck that. That ain't happening.
You're gonna deny him his final wishes?
Well, bet your ass I am. He deserved better than being fed to mushrooms.
Asshole.
I never trusted Fred. I should have, though. He never lied to me.
You know, you two are a lot alike. Which is probably why we don't get along.
Fair
You
enough.
got something?
Yeah. Message from my pilot.
Hey, Haas.
Hey.
So, Bobby and me are burning the Tycho right now.
He's supposed to be on Mars. What the hell's he doing out here?
I said the ship name was the Razorback. Firehawk better.
How'd you get out of the brig?
Your father let me out.
He did. Are you planning to use my razor to try and kill him now?
No.
Fair.
Your father and me met when we were very young. He made me feel like the center of the universe.
Oh, narcissists do.
I wrote the code for the Augustine Camara.
I know. It was a great victory.
Not for me. Do you feel any remorse for what you've done?
Why would I?
My life was his. My dreams were his. Everything I thought and did was to please him. I see the way you look at him. And I know the hold he has over people. The hold he had over me.
I'm not you.
I know. But I hope you're not him.
I'm my own man. He doesn't control me. I don't need him or you. I don't care if you believe me or not.
I believe you. I do.
Hug her. Oh.
Why did you leave me?
I never wanted to. I tried to take you away. If your father found out, it stopped me. Then he hid you from me. Finally, I had to accept I couldn't save you. And that my life was nothing without you. I walked down to the docks by myself and went into an airlock. But walking away was the only choice I had left. Walking away is the only choice anyone ever has.
Oh, God, what a beautiful moment between those two.
Now, get your asses somewhere safe and let me know.
What are you doing, Bobby?
The hell's that?
A bullet.
Shit, you were shot.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot.
All right, hold on. I'll get the auto doc.
Yeah, it just itches a little bit.
Azrael didn't mention the free Navy ship you and me took out.
I might have left that out of my message to her.
Really?
I can give you one of my old medals if you want.
Fuck you. Asshole.
Marco and Arrow stole Fred's protomolecule sample, and we're trying to find the ship it's on and destroy it. There's more bad news, but we'll talk about that later.
I'll send him the ship profiles we collected. Marco's fleet might be trying to rendezvous with the ship they're hunting.
That's a good idea. I'll let him know.
And Noros fleet does have his own navy.
This is crazy. How the hell could he pull off something like this?
Jetsamoka, that's Naomi's ship.
Holden, I know that you want to help Naomi, but getting back the protomolecule is more important. It has to be.
Then We're not changing course.
Alex, I need your help. Marco kidnapped Naomi. The Jetsumoka is her ship, and it's with the rest of his fleet.
I'll plot a new course.
Oof. Not a second thought. Bobby's a real one, man.
We won't lose her, Jim.
Ugh. Nice if they could have like a conversation back and forth like that. So, like, what is Marco gonna do with Naomi's ship? Because I feel like he's gonna try to, like, do something to convince Holden that she's out in space or something. Sin, I worry for you. Fair enough.
You need any help?
Do I need to go get my helmet?
I had to do it.
He's a good one.
Is that Tia Margolis's brandy?
Yeah.
Give it here.
When Marco took Philip, he took away my life. Leaving was the only way I could take it back.
If I didn't know it would have come to that, I would have helped you.
You did everything you could.
I knew where he was all along.
Oh. Oh. Oh,
The reason
Sin.
you never found Philip was because I helped Marco hide him from you.
He was my son.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought one day you would come back to Marco. I thought maybe this is my chance to make it right with you.
It is. Help me now,
Yep. Yep.
please.
Ooh.
I always hated fishing.
I like the drinking on a boat part.
Fair. Me
Check
too.
Amos's quarters. He's well stocked.
That would require months of planning, logistics, high-level military access.
Someone way up the MCRN food chain must be backing him.
Agreed.
Solitaire.
The Martians who provided them either have the same political goals or he's offering something else as payment. Something very valuable.
The protomolecule.
I
Yep.
think that's one part of it, and I think the other is Cortazar. He's useless without a sample, and it can't be coincidence that they were both just taken.
Good job, Monica.
The crew and I did have a sample. We were going to destroy it.
But you didn't? You gave it to Fred?
No, Naomi did.
You didn't want her to.
She had good reasons.
I thought he was going to say that the sample that they found on the Rossi they still had. I was like, oh, God.
What could he possibly want with her?
She had a son with him.
Oh.
It's complicated.
It's them, and they're burning like hell.
We got him. Intercept course.
Everyone suit up and get ready for a high G burn.
Nice. Oh, but we don't have Alex piloting. That makes me sad. Oh, God. It's not gonna... That's an awesome shot. It's not gonna do anything, though.
That's a shitload incoming. Firing torpedoes. I'll take out as many as I can with the blast.
Wait, did the Zamea shoot the torpedoes? I'm very confused as to who did what.
BDC's on auto track. Beginning evasive maneuvers. I'm putting us into a spin.
Oh, I miss Alex. I want Alex. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This looks amazing. I love the fucking space shit like no other. Ah!
Goddamn, we got them all.
Good job, Bull. He's no Alex, but he did it.
The crew or their data logs could tell us how to find Naomi.
What about the proto-molecule?
We'll deal with it once we find out what they know.
You have to actually see it on the ship, too. It's really good to confirm that it is on the Zemea.
We should send drones in first. Could have
Yes.
the airlock rig to blow as soon as it's breached. You're
Yes.
Right. Ready drones 1 and 2.
Zemea, power down your reactor immediately. This is your last chance or we will fire.
It wasn't on there. There's no way. It wasn't on there.
Fuck.
Yeah, where is it then? Tripoli? Isn't that a UN ship? Was he looking at the ring gate?
Want to do more for the cause.
We can all do more. Be specific.
I want command of one of our ships.
Mm.
I want our people to know who I am.
Mm. Make a name for yourself. Interesting.
You're right. All that it was Philip who took the life of Naomi Nagata after she attempted to take mine.
I fucking hate him so much. I want to rip my hair out.
Everywhere.
Can't.
All chanting my name. Not yours. You are nothing without me.
It's all about him. It's all about Marco.
Soon, people all over will be chanting, Philip, Philip, Philip.
Just helping him manipulate his child. Oh my god. He makes my blood boil. I'm shaking. I'm so angry.
Search your mother.
I don't have any weapons.
Take it as a sign of respect.
He has to be so cold around his father.
We've decided to use your ship to lure the Rocinante and destroy it.
Yep, figured so much.
After you've watched your family die, we will put you on the float and you'll be free.
You fucking monster.
This wasn't just my doing. Philip inspired it.
Please don't do this.
It's already done.
You don't speak for him.
Thank you.
This isn't you. You're not like him.
You!
Oh, hell no!
But I know who you are now. A pathetic, utter-loving wetwalla. You tried to make me weak. Tried to poison me against my real family. You are everything I am not.
Mm-mm. 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 Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I can only hope that they're playing parts. I can only hope that they're playing parts.
You are nothing. And that is all you are going to be left with. Goodbye, Naomi.
Philip, don't do this, please. Get off me! You, I fucking hate you. Get off! I hate you!
You know, Sin walked off of that ship, so I'm hoping Sin did something to it.
Detach Chetsamoka and retract docking bridge. I got it.
God, he's so proud. Oh. Fucking asshole. Sin, tell me you did something, please.
Loki, Naomi Nagata.
Sin gonna do something? Is he gonna sacrifice himself? You know what you just did, Philip? He did it all for his father, all for his father's approval. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Philip, please stop her, or Sin. One or the other, please.
I know that look on your face. Don't do this. You don't have to.
You shouldn't have followed me.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Hold on, get inside, get inside, get inside, get inside. Oh my God. Naomi, you're insane. Whew. Oh my God. I feel like there was so much character building that was happening in that episode, whether it was Philip, whether it was Marco, whether it was Naomi, whether it was Sin, even Bull, Monica, like everybody was having like a moment of their character just developing. Very emotional on the aspect of seeing the backstory, not really backstory, but just a flashback of like baby Philip and Marco and Naomi happy together. You know, he wasn't always this person. The person that he has become, obviously, is from the life that he has lived since she's left. But like what they started with the Augustin Gamara and the response to that of Naomi being responsible for that code and killing those people, and how she has lived her life very differently after, and how Marco is doubling down on killing those people and pushing the agenda further. The differences between the two are insane. And Philip wanting to be like his father, I feel like he does in a sense, but like doesn't at the same time. I loved the moments that we got with Naomi and Philip. Absolutely loved those moments. Him speaking to her the way that he did and hitting her, like the oh hell no moment that came from me. I think anybody who respects their mother would never do that. And I feel like it was more of a show for his father. I don't think that that's actually something Philip wanted to do or felt he needed to do. But after Marco kind of being like, this is my victory. I don't need your help. I don't need you in command. You know, he's manipulating him to think that like, how dare you disrespect me by saying that? But then also someday, this will be yours. Once I'm gone, everyone will be cheering your name. And the manipulation that he has his crew, you know, like trying to also manipulate Philip. Oh my God. I hate him. I hate him. Hate him. He's so good. Oh, that move that Naomi pulled. I also thought she had given up. And I think part of her was like prepared to die in that moment. But like she was very determined to make it over to her ship. And somebody had told me something about that Naomi is so smart that she is able to calculate that kind of stuff in her head. We saw it in season 4 when she jumped out of the ship after Lucia. And that's why, like, when she jumped, I was like, please make it, please make it, please make it. And you could just see like the lack of oxygen and the vacuum and like what it was doing to her. And I'm so glad she knew to use the adrenaline or the booster. It looked like an EpiPen. I don't know if it was a pain reliever. I don't really know what it was doing, but it made it possible for her to get over to that ship. Again, I don't know if Sin did something to that ship. Like, I don't know what Marco's plan was for it other than to lure Holden and blow up the Rocinante. Woo! So we know Holden's at least nearby because if Marco can talk to the Zemea, or at least be near the Zemea, then he was planning on using that ship to lure Holden and the Rocinante to blow it up. So he's nearby. I don't all of a sudden think that like we're going to get into a space fight with Marco and Aros and Holden is going to have Bull captain the ship and that they're going to win. I do think Naomi is going to try to find a way to override whatever she can. Is it the Chetsmoka? Again, you could name it the Chet and I could get it, but the Chetsmoka, I don't know. Oh man. And the fact that they blew up the Zemea, like, I don't believe for a moment that the proto-molecule was on that ship. I don't know if because they launched a torpedo to get the robot on the Tycho station. So it's very likely that they could have launched a torpedo elsewhere with the proto-molecule and did what the Rocinante did, back in season 1 or 2, whenever that happened. That I really think that they could have done the same thing to hide it and send the location to Marco, and then he could go pick it up. Yeah, I don't think it's gone. Not at all. I am pretty happy that Bull and Holden had the conversation that they did about Fred Johnson, because ever since I found out that Fred Johnson didn't knowingly kill the people on Anderson Station, that like he was manipulated into doing that, thinking that something else was going on when they were signaling peace, and that's not what he was told, and that's why he destroyed Anderson Station. I pretty much have had a trust in Fred Johnson ever since. If Drummer trusted him, I trust him. And the fact that Bull didn't know whether or not he could or he couldn't, and Holden didn't know whether he could or they couldn't, and they kind of have that together, but like you said, Fred Johnson never lied to him. Not once was there ever a lie told by Fred Johnson. And I love that conversation because one, it really does show the character that Fred had, and it kind of confirms it, not only with Drummer, but with Bull and then with Holden. And if Holden says something, like, he doesn't throw shit around. Like, he's not sentimental in the fact that he just says things that, like, I'm going to say this about Fred to be nice. He's very truthful. He's very honest. And I didn't like that Bull didn't care about Fred's final wishes to be put in the incinerator or to be recycled like a belter. I think that that's a beautiful request of Fred Johnson because he felt himself to be a belter, whether he was an Earther or not. That's how he wanted to die. That's how he wanted to be, was to be recycled as a belter. Fucking Bull. He did save the Rossi. They did destroy the torpedoes. Wonderful. I love space shit. I love it so much. I wish it were Alex. But we don't have Alex at the moment. He's with Bobby, and I don't know, are they on their way? They're not on their way to Tycho. Where are they headed? I forget now. I think that they are both after, like, trying to find Naomi, actually. I like that they had that conversation and that they were so close by that it was a conversation. It definitely, as soon as Alex knew Naomi was taken, he was just like, action, let's go get her. Bobby doesn't hesitate. He's like, let me send this info. Like, we're on our way. I love that about both of them, but especially Bobby, who wasn't part of the crew of the Rocinante, wasn't welcomed, like, much when she was on the Rocinante, and she still cares for these people. Bobby is, like, she was shot, and she's just like, bullet, whatever, it just itches. I fucking love Bobby. I love Bobby. Oh, man. So we got just like the little snippet of Christian kind of talking to Bobby, like her sending a message. I'm curious what she's doing with the Secretary General on Luna. I want to know about Arjun. I've never worried about somebody's life more than Arjun's. Just because like he could be drowned. Seawalls broke. The place where they live could have crumbled to the ground. He could have been at Columbia and got hit by a rogue rock. You know, who knows? I mean, you guys know. I don't know. I'm worried about Arjun. The biggest reason is because as much as I love Arjun, I love Arjun 1, Arjun 2, perfectly fine. Not the same, perfectly fine. But it's more so for Christian because it will shake her resolve to the ground if she loses Arjun. She already lost him, in theory, like him not responding to her messages. I don't know what it would look like for her to actually lose him. But I think Monica was really onto something when she said something about like, you know, how is Marco funding this? How is he getting these warships? He must know somebody that's high up in Mars military. Of course, my gut is Sauveterre. It could be Babbage. I don't know how high up Babbage is, but Sauveterre definitely could be. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Or if Babbage is working with somebody that Sauveterre knows. Not quite sure. I feel like we there's a piece of information that is definitely missing that we need. So really the question is, what happens next? Now that Naomi is on the other ship, will Holden trust that, one, she's on it? Will she be able to get control of it? I would love to see Marco upset again about Naomi getting the better of him. That will make me happy. Marco, like I will tell you, like the emotional manipulation that he does, like going into her cell and talking to her and, you know, tears in his eyes, like, I loved you. You are important to me. Shut up, Marco. Shut up. Maybe. But like you are more important to you than anybody else. Marco loves Marco. Oh, he's such a good character. And Keon is just really good at playing him. Like kudos. Because I've seen him in interviews and he's very lovely. But I heard that he trolls NASA whenever there's like a meteor or a comet or anything that's close to Earth, which actually I think there's supposed to be one. Today is January 31st. So February 1st at like 1:11 Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be after you guys have seen this. There's supposed to be like something really close to Earth, I think. Xander, if that is not true, cut it. Or if you want to roast me like you have in the past, low-hanging fruit, dude. It's up to you. Okay, guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, as well as full-length reactions to other episodes and up to 2 episodes early on YouTube. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Actually, if you know how to fix audio in OBS, like, I would appreciate you because I feel like I've been having audio issues. Find my email, send me an email. But also, what do y'all think of Marco? Because he's great, but awful. What do you think of Philip? He's sweet, but awful. What do you think of Sin? I don't know if he's dead. I don't know if Sin's dead. He looked like he ran out of air staring at Naomi. I feel like he could have closed those doors. But he probably didn't want to face life after witnessing that. I don't know. Sin was a great character. Finding out that he had hid Philip from her that whole time was not only heartbreaking for her, but heartbreaking for me. I don't know if he needed to say that to her, but I feel like him saying it out loud and her hearing it, he had this heaviness and this guilt in him that he was going to try to do whatever he could to help them or help her. And he tried to stop her. He really thought she was going to walk out of an airlock and kill herself, which, I mean, I did too. Until I saw the thing, and I actually thought it was a bomb. I didn't realize that it was medication, but Sin's a real one. These people that have like these small roles are so fucking significant, and they're so good in these roles. They're so good. Whew. Yeah, so next episode. I mean, this one was called Oyedeng, which was goodbye, and I don't know if now she's left Marco and Philip for forever. Is she going back to her actual family? Is Philip going to try to join her? I feel like he needs his mother in that moment that they had where she is holding him. I felt like he's needed that for a long time because I don't feel like he gets emotional support from Marco. I feel like he gets the old boys don't cry and toughen up and don't let them see your tears and blah, 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 blah. I could see him being that guy. God, he's such a narcissistic prick. Okay, guys, with that being said, let's just agree that the rose A instead of the rose B makes for better reactions. It's much tastier. I'm not an alcoholic. I just have a glass whenever anyone's not looking, and sometimes on camera. No, I'm kidding. But I definitely got the kind that I like. But I now I feel like if I don't have a glass of rosé when I'm doing a reaction for The Expanse, like is season 5 complete if I'm not like finding a way to cope chemically? It was really hard last episode to find a thumbnail where I wasn't like holding a glass. So I tried to like mentally put it down. But with that being said, it is getting late and it's getting to my bedtime and I have to work tomorrow. So with that being said, I will see ya.